to What the Sci-Fi, guys.
What up? How's it going?
Pretty good. Hey, before we get started here, make sure that if you don't follow us on either YouTube, click like, subscribe, share with all your friends, and catch us on all of our platforms and all that.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, so we're back after 2 years. This is our first video feed. I don't know how long this is going to be. I'm going to try to cut it down short, so maybe that might help. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it is the 1st of March. This morning, the 17th chapter of Mandalorian came on. And yeah, so
And it was actually pretty good, man. It was just nice to be back, with the Mandalorian and Grogu, having those familiar characters that we've grown to love and to watch their story across this the past 2 seasons. And it's funny. As much as I actually liked it, I was kind of like, I'm also kind of suspicious because I'm kind of like, I liked season 2 so much, and I was just like, nothing can really top it for me,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm kind of wary about where it's going to go, but they're saying that it's going to be as good, or it's going to have some big surprises in it.
I mean, how much bigger can you go than to have Prime Luke coming on in?
I think the only thing that you could really top with it is having Mace Windu.
Oh fuck,
That's
dude. Bro, if they go that route,
yeah.
that's gonna be insane.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I think that could top it, honestly. So,
I mean, you could also have Prime Leia too.
oh yeah, but
That would be pretty cool too.
yeah, that probably bother more people than it wouldn't.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, unless maybe if
We'd enjoy it though. We would enjoy it.
Well, maybe if her daughter played her, that's the only thing I can think would be good.
Yeah, I think she played her in Rogue One, right? And they just dotted her face.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they did a pretty good job with the technology, man. Like it looked just like her in New Hope,
Did they do that again too in one of the sequel movies?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they did, but yeah. But needless to say, guys, it's great to be back in the world of Star Wars. So yeah, let's get back down to it. Chapter 17, episode 1, season 3, called The Apostate.
Yeah, I have a couple notes on it so far. Okay, so I got the definition of apostate here. It's a person who renounces a religious or political belief or principle. And so this carries his first goal to atone for his sin of removing his helmet in the presence of another life form. So that's kind of where they're going with the show. The armorer is kind of heavy on him not taking off his helmet. So
Yeah, she is.
but basically there are different creed of Mandalorians. They're derived from Death Watch, which originally Bo-Katan was actually from.
Yep,
Yeah.
she was originally. But going back, like the start of the episode was just awesome. Just seeing all those Mandalorians and seeing how they kind of like start off this kid's journey.
Yeah.
Giving him his first helmet and speaking like the oath, the Mandalorian oath. That was pretty cool. And then just seeing all the Mandalorians there and everything. I'm a huge Mandalorian fan, so that was pretty tight.
You're opened up with the armorer making. I don't want to do a play-by-play. I'm not really into that kind of thing, but basically the armorer is making a helmet. So when I first saw the helmet, I thought it was going to be for Grogu.
You and me both.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, it's blue. He made a blue. She made a blue one, which I thought was kind of odd. And then when she immediately goes out, and obviously there's spoilers in this.
If you haven't watched it, go back and watch it, then come back over here.
Yeah.
Spoiler warning.
And watch like the end of Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't watching that, I heard.
Yeah.
So they were like very confused as why Grogu is back with Mando.
Yeah. I don't know exactly why they did it that way, but I mean, they probably figured a year is good enough, and then because that's the separation you had from season 2 of Mandalorian to the first season of Boba Fett.
Yeah. How I was thinking though, when that scene was going by, in my head, first I thought, oh, it's for Grogu. Then when she was bringing it out and there was a kid there, I was like, oh, is that Din Djarin when he was like a little kid? Is this like a flashback? And then it wasn't. So it was neither. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought the exact same thing. Then I saw the Vizsla character, which used to be Jon Favreau, and I didn't write down the name of the new actor. I don't know why he switched, but you could tell the voice is kind of similar. But yeah, I didn't write down. I guess I could look it up, but the kid does have a name, which is weird. So I was looking it up on IMDb. So I'm wondering if he's going to be an actual character in the show. Mm-hmm. His name is Ragnar, Ragnar.
Sounds like they're going full Viking in Star Wars now.
Oh, is that a Viking name?
Yeah, Ragnar.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
He's a very popular Viking.
Huh. Well, and it's weird because we didn't hear his name yet. He's a foundling or something. He could be actual Mandalorian, but either way, he's played by Wesley Kimmel, who is Jimmy Kimmel's nephew.
Small world.
Yeah. Well, he got the hookup.
Yeah.
And but he had been in Boba Fett already, and he was a Tusken Raider, and he is also, I guess, in one of the commercials in WandaVision. So inside the show, they do this thing on the TV where they're showing commercials for different like Easter eggs of Marvel.
Yes. Okay. It kind of lets you know that when you're in like got your foot in the door with Disney, like there's so many opportunities for you to like do different things nowadays, you know?
Oh yeah.
It's not just like a cartoon or animation, that kind of thing. You can go to Marvel, you can go to Star Wars, you know?
Yeah. And that's about the end of my notes for this episode. But yeah.
But so
I could look up that while you're talking.
You rated this episode
probably a 7.
A 7?
Probably a 7 because
I'm thinking the same.
Yeah, it I really didn't care for Book of Boba Fett. I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot of Disney type stuff to it. I didn't like the bikers and things like that, and Boba Fett's character was kind of washed out, and and just the fighting with the Rancor and all kinds of things like that. It kind of reminded me a little bit of that. This episode had that pirate scene.
Yeah.
I wasn't really a fan of the pirates being in Navarro, because that's the next place they go. They go to Navarro, and you see Grief Karga, which is probably a good setup, you know.
Yeah. It's kind of nice to see like the changes made on Navarro, because it looks pretty nice. It's actually a nice place to live now. There's a lot more like greenery, and it's not as much like desert.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice to see the changes that has happened in the past 2 years.
They explained where Cara Dune went after her mishaps with Twitter.
Yeah, we talked about that in episode 2, but
Episode 2?
no, in episode as well, in an episode, past episode.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man, it was good. It wasn't terrible, but it was also just nice to be back with the Mandalorian and Grogu, and just watching it every week now. I did. You and I kind of voiced the same thing. We talked about this earlier. We didn't really think it was a good idea to bring in IG-11.
Oh yeah, they brought back IG-11 for some reason. I mean, the only reason I think, he was a great character, but yeah, I don't know why they brought him back.
I was just like I told my brother, it was like, for why? It's just completely pointless. I didn't pay attention to this part, but remember when he was with the armorer and he had that crystal thing, and she said, now that's crystallized due to like these laser cannons or something like that.
Yeah, they said fusion blast or something.
Fusion, yeah. Boba Fett was saying in season 2, and he said, Mandalore, I thought they turned that planet to glass.
Yeah. Well, fusion is like a nuclear reaction. It's
shoot.
Yeah, fusion means it's bringing the atoms together. Fission is when it breaks apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was interesting. And actually, from Screen Crush, I found that they had the channel Screen Crush, that there was an inscription, and it's in Mandalorian text. And it's actually a chapter of Exodus.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, but it's in Mandalorian text. So they think that's an Easter egg, and it's talking about the 8th plague from Moses or something like that.
Oh, shoot.
And about locusts attacking the Egyptians. So, or I could have that confused. Either way, it's from Exodus, and it's about locusts. Back to Vizsla. Paz Vizsla is portrayed by Tate Fletcher, but here it says he's voiced by Jon Favreau.
Okay. There's some other things about the episode I was kind of like, wait, what? About like obviously, the pirates. I was kind of like, eh.
Yeah, I wasn't into the pirates either.
Yeah, I mean, it was whatever. But there's this scene where it brought out this one character. I was kind of like, oh, that guy looks kind of cool. The guy with the seaweed kind of hair. I was kind of like, whoa, what kind of race is he?
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I should look this up real quick. Oh yeah, the show was directed by Rick Fumier. I forgot to say that. He did chapter 15 of The Mandalorian, The Believer. Yes, that was the one. It was a Bill Burr episode with Cara Dune.
Yep. Good episode. It was a good episode.
Yeah, I like that episode. You want to see something?
What's that? Oh no. Well, let's not ruin it for everybody else, okay?
Yeah, there's an actor in here that I did not know was going to be in this.
Oh well. But
The space whales, because
yes.
so I thought that was that. I mean, that was probably the biggest thing from the episode was the reveal of the space whales, and then
It
there
was
were,
actually kind of cool to see your reaction because we were doing a live stream last night and I saw Jason's reaction. He's like, "What?"
yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, I'm not a big Rebels fan. They are strictly from Rebels,
Yeah.
but those characters are they won another rating on the Apostate. It's a weird name. They're called the Purgle or the Purgil or the Purgle. It's spelled Purrgil. This is the first time seeing them in the live action scene. They're space whales and they can go light speed. And I think it was Screen Crush again that said that they were how like the whoever came up with light speed or it's called hyperdrive. They
came up with it.
They came up with it because of those whales. Yeah.
So we just gotta find those whales, y'all, so that we can, go to hyperspeed. Dude, that starship that he has is so freaking fast.
Yeah, it's a Naboo starfighter.
Dude.
Naboo N1 starfighter. It's from the prequel series.
Yeah.
Prequel era.
That thing is pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that ship.
But I'm also old fashioned, so I guys, I miss the Razor Crest. I really do. I know it's an old piece of junk, but I mean, I just like the layout of it,
Yeah, that was a cool ship too. I think it was more fitting. That's why you see he had Grogu in the cab with him. So he's not like always. And did you see how he pops out the bottom of the cab?
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, yo, he just went up from the bottom. That's cool.
Yeah, you didn't really see where he came out, but I think he goes like back. But that's kind of what R2D2 did too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that because R2D2 can go at the bottom and he can also pop himself out, kind of.
Yeah, yeah, but that was for R2 droids, and then she fixed it so that it was for Grogu.
Yeah.
But so here's an interesting fact on the Kalevala, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, is the name of the planet Din Djarin and Grogu visit to see Bo-Katan. That has a different meaning, which Kalevala is the name of the epic poem of Finland, a tale containing singing wizards and sea monsters. So, but
interesting.
The actual planet name shows up in Clone Wars because I guess Bo-Katan and her sister, Kryze, I forgot her name, but her sister was dating Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah. Yeah, the sister that dies. Yeah.
Yeah, they're from there.
Obi-Wan's love. Man. That was just sad just to see Obi-Wan, like, yeah. She was the one woman that he's ever loved. Just sucks.
Yeah.
But
I did like the pirate fight in the sky, or the space fight.
That was cool. Between the asteroid belt.
Yeah.
That was tight. But at the same time, it's like nothing can really like stand up against Mando's ship. That thing's so fast and so agile.
Oh yeah.
And then when that big ship, they come up to this big ship and it starts loading its weapons, and aiming at them. Mando's just like, nah, I'm just gonna go to light speed. Pew, you can't catch up with me.
That's when you see Gorin Shard, and he's the main pirate. He's played by Nonso Anazi. I don't know who that is, but either way, that was a cool looking pirate.
Yeah, the makeup. Yo, whoever did the makeup is phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
It looks so good.
I did have a problem with some of the volumes this time.
Volumes.
Like the technology they use for the backdrop.
Oh,
But in space it was really good. Which was probably all digital anyways.
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. But they're really coming a long way with their digital animation. Like the Bad Batch is phenomenal. You know.
Please don't judge me. I still haven't seen it, so
Yeah, but just the animation period is it's great.
I'm trying to think right now, guys. After Mandalorian, what do we have next? Is it
I don't know. I could probably look.
Tales of the Jedi? Is done now, so we don't have Tales of the Jedi. What about?
I love that show.
Uh
That was probably the best animated show.
oh, is it? Is it the Sith one?
Oh, the Acolyte.
Acolyte, yeah. Or is it Ahsoka?
I want to say
Ahsoka.
it'd be Ahsoka.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's probably Ahsoka. And then the Acolyte, probably. And we know that Andor is going to take a while because they use more practical effects than anybody. And I haven't seen Andor yet either, so I need to really catch up.
I don't know if that would even have a second season.
No, they do.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they got cleared for a second season.
Okay, they got a Visions Volume 2.
Have you seen that? Visions?
Oh yeah, Visions is all right.
Okay.
There's a couple cool episodes, but it's not canon at all.
That's not okay.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I liked a lot of the styles of it. There's like Japanese animation. There was it's all Japanese animation. It's anime.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up right now just to see what comes first.
there's this right here.
Oh, there we go. All right, so we got Ahsoka. And, it just says the years here, 2023. So yeah, Visions is next, Volume 2, May 4th, 2023. Young Jedi Adventures TV series, May 4th, 2023. Star Wars Ahsoka TV series, 2023. And Skeleton Crew.
Was it the end you go to what is it? What happens after the space fight? The space fight, and then they go to does she go straight to they go straight to
Bo-Katan. Needless to say, Bo-Katan is not too happy with Din Djarin right now. From her side of from her point of view, he took away her kind of like birthright or destiny from taking the Darksaber. So she's unable to lead her people back to Mandalore to rule.
Yeah. Yeah, but I did think it was interesting that they had that conversation about how he said that it was poisoned in the last season. And then she said, "Don't believe everything you hear." And then now she's like, "The land's poisoned." So, and a theory I heard on this was from Star Wars Theory that possibly it's possible that the Empire just they bombed it and whatnot, but then made everybody think it was poison, so nobody would go there. So they'd have cloning facilities on the ground in Mandalore.
That's true. Do you think there are possible Mandalorians there on the ground?
No, I think that if anybody's there, it's going to be the Empire, and I mean it'd be cool to have that cloning thing going on there.
Yeah,
I guess.
Do you know the exact date that Mandalore was destroyed? You know what?
No, it's probably like right around the time of A New Hope.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're supposed to explain all that. They're supposed to explain that and hopefully explain Grogu's rescue. And
Hopefully it's not Jar Jar Binks. That's
Yeah.
my biggest. I don't care. Like, yeah, it would be. I mean, Palpatine. That'd be. I'm all right with that. You know, or Vader. That'd be all right with that. But not Jar Jar Binks, y'all. Please.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards that because of the way the Bad Batch went on the same night. I think there's a lot to do with the cloning, and honestly, if they're, I want to say there's a reason that they're running at the same time, and I want to say that they might coincide. You know, so eventually you might see Grogu in Bad Batch.
So I do have a question though, and this actually might prove this point a little bit. We both know that Yoda's midichlorians are high, but not as high as Anakin's. But we also know that when half his body got burnt, he probably didn't have as many midichlorians. So do you think that it was the Emperor's way of probably trying to get some midichlorians from Baby Yoda, or probably tried to clone him?
Yeah, so the only thing I know is that the theory is that you could clone regular people, but you couldn't clone the midi-chlorians or the force ability. So they're working on that. So basically, that the Emperor could have another body or whatever reason. But see, there's books like I want to say in this Thrawn series.
Canon?
No, Legends.
Ah, shit.
But see, they brought back in the new episode of Bad Batch, they brought back a mountain, right, that they had the cloning facility at. Now, in the books, this mountain comes from there, and actually, it's where Luke Skywalker fought a clone of himself.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so I think they're trying to go that route. And then there's another book, and I don't think it's the same series as the Heir to the Empire.
Okay.
But it's I could probably double check this and talk about it in the next video. But there's another one where he actually clones himself. You know what I mean? Palpatine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, at this point, we don't know who saved him during Order 66.
But see, and then that also makes me think about what Ahsoka said when she was talking to him at first, because she says that, she's talking about, he's in the Jedi Temple, and then it just goes dark from there, which makes me think it was dark side user that saved him, right? But then now the Bad Batch has stepped away from Order 66. Like they're probably like a year maybe ahead of Order 66.
Okay.
Or after Order 66. So they can now rescue him from whoever got him. Right?
Right. And then put him on that planet that.
Or just have him separated from,
Yeah.
That's why they're looking for him again.
And okay, so
And
how
that'd
old
make
is
a lot of
Grogu
sense.
at this point? So he's 50 yet? He's probably like in his 30s?
Or 20s, because he's the same age as Darth Vader.
I see. Okay. Yeah, so 20s. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So
Because
I'm excited to see who actually saved him, and we'll see just how the story goes. But do you think that we might actually see well, I'd say what's the possibility of them actually showing Mace Windu? Like, would you say like 50% or above 50%, they'll do it.
I think it's pretty high. I think that would be dependent on really if George Lucas like approves it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because for something like that, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau would probably go to George Lucas and ask for permission.
Yeah.
You know,
which is nice because, you know, they won't just make up their own story as other people have. I'm not going to mention names, but
yeah. But then I always get these like notifications saying that Kathleen Kennedy's stepping down, she's getting fired. It happens like every year, you know. So I'm kind of tired of seeing that, but it's kind of cool that having Bob Iger back because he seems to be like
slowing shit down, you know.
Yeah, straighten it out.
Yep.
Yeah,
because I mean, I gotta be honest with you guys. I was kind of being burnt out with Marvel and just going, oh man, there's just so much stuff being shown here. It's kind of really hard to just keep up.
The Marvel movies are horrible.
Yeah, they are. They are. But yeah, they need to start really taking the writing seriously and have a direction of where they want to go, and not just make up any kind of story they want. You know, you and I are not really against Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. Well, probably not Jon Favreau, but definitely Dave Filoni kind of stepping in probably with the movies.
Yeah.
Kind of
well, they're
possibly coming kind of like a Kevin Feige kind of, you know?
Yeah, there is a rumor of Dave Filoni being in the writer's room for the movies. And then Taika Waititi was supposed to be doing the movie, but I really didn't like Love and Thunder. And he did that one, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not it wasn't that good. It wasn't that good. But yeah, I'm you know, at this point, my opinion is there's no way up. There's no way to go but up now, you know?
Yeah. They got to figure it out.
I mean, they can't go any worse than the sequels. Jeez. That was trash. All right, y'all. So once again, please hit like, share, subscribe, share with your friends. We'll catch you on the next episode. All right.
Yeah, I'll try to get this out as soon as I can.
All right. Peace out.
Peace out, everyone.
You've been listening to What the Sci-Fi.